Hello, and I'm back again with another review. So, last review I talked about Everywhere at the End of Time. Time's Time. And that project made me so sad that I needed to listen to something happy and something to improve my mood and well make me happy because I was extremely sad. So I look So I went through my library trying to find a happy album for me to listen. And I found the one of this video's review, Weather Systems by the band Anathema. Anathema. I think Anathema sounds better, so that's probably how we pronounce it. So let's talk about this extremely. I risk myself again. Let's talk about this extremely happy and emotional album that is probably the best I've ever heard. Let's go straight into this. Starting off, the instruments in this album sound so good. After I listened to this the first time a few months ago, I couldn't listen to any other music because the instruments didn't sound as good as the ones included in this album. So that's the first thing I have to say. The instruments, great. So, as I said, it's probably the best album I've ever heard, and we're gonna talk about why I think that is. First of all, the thing that attracted me to listen to a specific album is the cover. I forgot to talk about the covers on my last video, so here we are. The cover for this album, probably here, I'll be showing it right here, in the editing, or maybe to the other side if I go crazy or something. The cover, I looked at it, the first time it appeared to me, I looked at it and I was like, man, this reminds me of Fragile, not Roundabout. A Fragile by Yes. Let's listen to this. And I wasn't disappointed. I came into this with no expectations, and I was extremely impressed. So it has a great length. The songs, they are big enough for you to enjoy, and they are short enough for you to not start getting sick of the music. So this really is something important for this album because it is well architectured. I think that's how we could put this. It is very calming. It has all the songs, they make me happy. All the songs, they are extremely calming, and the only exception is the last one. It makes me sad, but after going through, how many songs does this have again? I forgot. 9 songs. So we start with Untouchable Part 1 and 2, and all the songs, they are extremely calm and they make me happy, with the exception of the last one, Internal Landscapes, because it is kind of sad. A guy died, but he died a peaceful death, let's say it like that. He accepted that he was going to die and there was nothing he could do. So I think he's like talking to an angel or God after he died of his experience or something like that. So very deep. I like There's a few things I like about music. First, creativity. This album is extremely creative. Second, deep meaning, and this album has a lot of it. And the what was the next thing? And the next thing, it isn't present in this album, but let's talk about it. Is criticism. I like albums that criticize things from real life. So this album doesn't have this last one, but good nonetheless. So I think there's no bad song in this album. That's straight up something I think it's pretty obvious by now. No bad song in this album. and I think it has a single story. If you stack together all of the songs, it kind of makes sense that it's one single story, and it has the ending in which the guy dies, so kind of sad. But well, it it has good intervals, right, between the songs. So one song starts calmly, they then go more intense, and then it stops in a satisfying fashion. And the next song, it starts calmly, it gets more intense, and this is great. I love this. It is very satisfying, and it is obviously very emotional, as I said previously. I don't think there is any criticism I could do to this album. There's really nothing I could think of like this could be improved. There's nothing like that I can think of. So yeah, I think this is probably the best album I've ever heard. It was released in 2012, 9 songs, 55 minutes, and released by Anathema. So I like this album a lot, but I gave Anathema a shot at their other albums. Distant Satellites, I kinda liked it. There are the previous to this one, Falling Deeper, I think it's the name. I also liked it. I like that a lot, but it's been like 3 months since I listened to that album. I listened to that album once, so I'm not sure anymore. Coffee time, and well, I think I said everything I wanted to say. I would highly recommend this album to everyone I know. Actually, I don't talk to anyone, so I wouldn't recommend it. But if you were to ask me if this album is worth a listening, this album is progressive rock, a kind of alternative rock in some way. And well, if you were to come to me, I like only normal rock and hard rock. Should I listen to this album? Yes, I would recommend this album to you. If you like creative sounds, an overall great instrumentation, then yes, listen to this. You won't be disappointed. And man, I think I said everything I needed to say here, probably. The cover is great, it's one of my favorite covers. I'm gonna make a video talking about covers someday. So that was a review. Leave in the comments section what do you think about this album. Your opinion on it, your opinion on Anathema, maybe leave me a recommendation of some of their other albums. Someday I'll probably listen more to their other albums. I think they released one very recently called The Optimist. I listened to it, but I didn't enjoy it that much. There is something I should stop doing. I start to listen to an album. If I don't like it, first try, then I just stop to listen to it, and that's something you shouldn't do, because progressive rock most of the time, when you listen the first time, it isn't as good, but when you listen to it more and more times, you have much more fun than the first one. And I think I forgot to turn my lights on. Professional. So until the next video, hope you enjoyed. I hope you thought this was a very informative video, and until next time. My dog just bumped the door.
Why I should follow my dreams, why I should be